All right, so week 6, lab 1 is fiber analysis. So the first part that we had to do, place a 12 by 12 piece of aluminum foil down, use masking tape to secure the areas. And then I had to use the hand lens to observe the different fibers, the cotton, the wool, rayon, silk, polyester, and the unknown fiber, and record my observations in the table 1, and I've already done that. So we're just going to move on to the next part where we have to use the tweezers to remove a piece of cotton from the cotton fiber from the bag. So we'll do that. A piece of cotton fiber here, and with one hand hold the fiber, the other one light the flame. So what we need to do with this is observe the behavior of the fiber as it approaches the flame. Does it shrink? Does it melt? Does it start to curve? Does it start to does it catch on fire before it hits the flame? So as it approaches, it's not doing much. So even as it approaches the flame, it doesn't even catch on fire. It's as close as it can be without touching the flame, and it's not doing anything. Okay. So if it didn't catch on fire, pick up the tweezers again. Light the lighter with the hand and then move it until it touches the flame. So observe its behavior in the flame. Does it burn with a glow ember? Does the flame flicker or spark? Does the fiber curl? Record your observations in table 2. So if we touch it and touch the fire, it burns all the way down. So now for this one, do it again. Light the lighter with my hand, and as soon as it touches the flame, remove it and observe its behavior. Does the fiber keep burning until it reaches the tweezers? Does the flame extinguish before the fire burns? Is there smoke present? Record my observation. So it burns all the way down to the tweezer. There's a little bit of smoke, not a lot though. There's a slight odor, barely anything. But use my hand lens to observe the burnt fiber. So here's this. It doesn't look like it's taken much of anything. It just burnt down to the end and it stopped. Has soft edges. It doesn't feel hard or anything. Soft residue. It doesn't feel ashy. And then we just have to repeat all these steps with the wool, the rayon, the silk, polyester, and the unknown fiber. Okay, so now for the wool fiber. Pull it out. Turn the lighter on, and now see what it does when it approaches the fire. So it really doesn't do much. there's small little fibers that are close to it. Those little bits got burnt, but nothing much really happened. It didn't catch on fire or anything of that nature. I'm gonna have to put it until it touches the flame. Okay, so it kind of just like shrinked it away. It as soon as it touches the fire, it just shrinks it away, and it gives off a really like bad, some like burnt hair smell. The fiber does curl. So now if I just hold it under, if I put it under the fire and then remove it, just shrinks it and it gives off a lot of smoke. Okay, now it's time for the rayon fiber sample. This one you can barely see. So now it has to get close to the flame. Really didn't do anything. Close to the flame. Has it done anything? So now in the flame. Okay. So in the flame it burnt all the way down to the tweezers. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's put it in the flame and then out of the flame. Okay. So with the rayon, basically does the same thing that the cotton did. It'll burn all the way down to the tweezer. It doesn't leave much of a residue or an odor. That was the rayon. Alright, so this next one is the silk fibers. Pull this one out. These are longer than the other ones. So when it gets close to the flame, what does it do? So this one doesn't really have much of a reaction either. I mean, it's close to the flame, it's not touching, but it's not doing anything. So if we put it in the flame, what does it do? So it's a slight burn. It'll curl, but that's pretty much it. If we put it in the flame and then remove it, it immediately catches. It stops burning. So try that again. Put it in the flame, then take it away, and it'll stop burning. A little bit of smoke, not much. In the flame it will burn and curl. It'll leave a hard, ashy residue. But that's pretty much it. When it gets close to the flame, it doesn't do much. but once it touches it, it'll burn, but immediately when it gets off of the flame, it'll stop burning. And that was the silk fibers. So next is the polyester fibers. These are a lot thinner and smaller than the rest. Okay, these are high. Let's grab the lighter. So again, this one doesn't have much of a reaction. Whenever it gets close, it'll start curling a little bit. Nothing serious. So now if we put it in the flame, oh, it'll immediately burn. Holy crap. This will kind of burn and sizzle. So once it goes put in the flame, it immediately catches fire. Okay, so let's try it, putting in the flame and then removing it. So if we just put it in the flame and remove it, it just curls. Kind of leaves a plasticky residue. But if we leave it in the flame, it'll burn and it'll catch quick, and it's like a black smoke. And that was for the polymer, and it leaves a plasticky smell. The last one is the unknown fibers. Okay. There's a little bit of shrinkage getting close to the flame. Doesn't do much though. Goes in and out of the flame, it immediately burns, giving off a plasticky smell. Like a burnt hair smell, kind of. Yeah, it gives like a plasticky, ashy, like hard residue. Kind of like a plasticky. So if we put it in the flame and hold it in the flame, it'll curl and shrink. Let's try another one. So this one has a bunch of fibers towards the end, and they'll just shrink if I put them in the flame and put it out of the flame. They'll kind of shrink up and like curl into this black ashy stuff. And if I leave it in the flame, it'll just curl up and kind of spark up and not burn all the way through. So once I remove it, it'll basically stop burning. And that was the unknown fiber sample.